Good morning, loves. Welcome back to a slow and simple Vlogmas. Welcome to day 3. In my book, Enough, I talk about words of the year. Words are really important. They add meaning to our lives. They are how we tell stories. They're how we tell the story of our own lives. A word of the year is really important to me because it acts as a breadcrumb in terms of what direction I want to go in life. Where I am now versus where I want to be, my word of the year is what I use to get me there, and it acts as a guide throughout the entire year. My word for this year was connection. I'm wondering if you have a word of the year, if you've ever tried this before, if maybe you're thinking about doing this next year. If you do have a word of the year, please let me know what it is in the comments. I love hearing people's words of the year, and let me know how it has served you, how it's helped you. I've started writing a new Substack piece this morning. I think this is going to be the last piece that I send out for this year. And it's all about what I have learned in my year of connection. I always do an end of year roundup post based around the word of the year. Like I said yesterday, I found yesterday so overwhelming, being out and about in the city at Christmas time on a Saturday in a busy shop and filming as well. And last night, and I thought about my intention for December, which is to be present, and I was thinking about what I needed to rectify that, what I needed to soothe myself and to balance out those feelings of overwhelm. And I know I said yesterday I need a chill day tomorrow. What I really needed was connection, and I spent like an hour on the phone to my friend last night. It felt so good. And then I had lovely alone time, just reconnecting to myself. I had to make that time and space, but it was well worth doing. I've learned a lot in my year of connection, and I'm gonna write about this in a lot more detail in the post, and I'm kind of just starting to think about exactly what it is that I've learned. But I think the main things are that connection takes time, connection takes effort on both parts. Brené Brown's definition of connection is so beautiful, and I will put it on the screen so that you can see it, but it is basically all about how connection occurs when two people both feel seen, heard and valued. And I've really learned that connection is something that I naturally struggle with. It really does baffle me how we live in a world where it is easier than ever for us to connect with one another, yet people have never been so lonely based on statistics and also conversations that I have on repeat. In terms of connection, I struggle with it. I have a disorganized attachment style which stems from my family story. If you don't know what your attachment style is and connection is something that you are interested in or you struggle with, I cannot recommend doing the attachment style quiz enough. It is so good. If you know what yours is, again, let me know in the comments where you sit on the scale. There are basically four different types, and mine is fearful, avoidant, so it's disorganized. So I can swing from being avoidant to anxious, and yeah, it's a wild ride. I can do surface level connections really well, but I've always struggled to foster very deep, meaningful connections because of the stories that I tell myself in my head. I tend to shut down, I tend to run away, I tend to struggle with feeling seen, and I know that I have suffered as a result of that, and I'm in a place now where I will not let my family history, my family story, the origins of my life determine the rest of it. Like I won't be victim to that. So one of my big goals this year has been to try and change my attachment style to secure. easier said than done. A lot easier said than done. But I've really, really been trying. And one thing that I've learned about connection is that it is so important to think about the other person involved, because connection involves two people. It's so important to think about their experience, how they're feeling, the way that they see the world. And not only to consider that, but to be interested in that, to find out about that, and then to believe them in that and respect that. So a question that I keep coming back around to with, oh, okay, so you know, you're struggling with connection. Well, when was the last time you thought about the other person on the other side of that experience? Because I think we live in this individualistic society where it's all about ourselves and we don't think about other people enough. And I've worked really hard this year to try and do that a lot more, because I'm really committed to trying to be a better person. It's something that's really, really important to me, not just for myself, but for the greater good. And it's been a wild ride this year of connection. It's brought me here. My life has never changed so much, so quickly as what it has with this word. But yeah, I've come a long way with it, and I have deepened a lot of friendships. I have met so many new people. The beginning half of this year, I was all about that. I was all about just meeting as many people as possible, seeing what the universe threw my way, and yeah, just riding it basically. And then I got really overwhelmed, and by the summer I started to realize that the most important connection that you have is with yourself. And that's not in a selfish way. What I mean by that, and what I've realized, is that our outer world reflects our inner world, and we are only able, I find and I believe, we're only able to connect with other people as well as we are able to connect with ourselves. So I kind of hit the brakes over the summer, and then the second half of the year has been about finding balance and going deeper with a few connections, still keeping life open to new ones coming in, but most definitely slowing down on that and really going deep on that connection with myself. So that's what I'm going to be writing about. But yeah, as an antidote to yesterday, it just so happens that my friend, a new friend that I met here in Paris this year, messaged me last night and said, do you want to go and walk the dogs around the Bois de Vincennes today? I'm in need of a friend. And I was like, me too, I'm really in need of a friend. I felt so overwhelmed today, yada yada. So that's the plan today. We're going to go to the Bois de Vincennes, which is a beautiful park in Paris. It's not in central Paris, it's kind of on the outskirts, absolutely full of nature, and just have a lovely chilled Sunday friend day with the dogs. Outfit of the day wise, we're looking at white, creamy cable knit sweater, which you have seen, and then I've put black denim dungarees on over the top because it's Sunday, super casual. I just want to feel nice and comfy. And then I'm going to the park, so trainers. It is the sweater is from Lily Silk. It's from a previous partnership. The dungarees are from Oliver Bonus, and the trainers are Adidas, but I'll leave a link for you. Hello, little boy! Hi! Hello! all right?
Yeah. She's bringing it back.
She has it. Oh, it's so pretty.
This means crazy.
Fada.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But
Fada.
in the south of France, we say a lot of, you know, like fada, you know, oh, you're crazy. Oh.
Fada.
Oh, putain.
Putain.
Oh, you dumb. Mon chien.
Aww. Heading home, I'm going to walk back with new flowers. Oh, how beautiful are they? I'm in love with them. Can't wait to put them in the vase when I get home. It's a nice little Sunday treat. Oh my goodness, these are just so beautiful. I'll show them to you properly in the daylight tomorrow, but wow. Had a lovely afternoon with my friend Arya. It was really interesting when we first met. We met through Instagram. People ask me quite a lot, like, you know, how do you make new friends, especially when you've got to that stage of being in your 30s, and people, you know, they tend to have their friendship groups established by that time, right? And it can feel quite difficult, like you don't really know where to start. I find Instagram to be a really great place. I find if I get on with someone on Instagram, then I get on with them really well in real life too. So I would definitely advise that. Like, don't be afraid to, well, I know you will feel afraid, but it's okay to reach out to people. I reached out to Arya and asked her if she wanted to meet up, and we did. And we just got on really well. We had so much in common straight away. And then she went away for the summer, but we stayed in touch on WhatsApp, and now we do all sorts together. And it's a friendship that I'm really, really grateful for. Let me know where you sit with connection, how you find it, especially the meaningful, because I think with Christmas coming around, you know, there's a lot of family time, there's a lot of friend time, a lot of those expectations, and we want it to be meaningful, right? We want to make the most of it, but it can be difficult. If I was to give like tips or advice in terms of connection, I would say listen to the other person. Try and be a good listener. Be curious about people. And I would also say, try to push yourself out of your comfort zone. A little bit at first, and then more and more. Another really important thing to do is to try and be brave and tell people how you feel. This terrifies me. It absolutely terrifies me to do that, but it's something that I have practiced and I've done this year. As scary as it was, and there's always a risk with vulnerability, right? Where you might, you know, it might not be received very well, might not be reciprocated. And it's happened, you know, it's happened both, it's happened both ways, but my friendships, my relationships have deepened as a result of me voicing my needs, my feelings. I have not regretted that at all. Wow, these are so beautiful. What else can we say about connection, Hope? Yeah, let me know what your experience is with connection, how you're feeling about it in terms of Christmas. I know it can be a lot. It can be a lot, but I think, is it Esther Perel? Yeah, I think Esther Perel says that the quality of our relationships reflects the quality of our lives. So I think connection is something, it's something worth investing in, for sure. Hope, don't eat that. But I think it's something that does take practice, and it's a skill. Like it's like any kind of muscle. We have to practice, we have to build it, but the results, you know, they're worth it, and we can make new meaningful connections at any time. I don't feel like you know, once you get past your 20s, it's impossible to make new friends or anything like that. I think that opening ourselves up, learning to trust people, putting ourselves out there a little bit, and doing the work that it takes to do that will always benefit us in the end. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for day 4. I can't look at that yellow wall any longer. I've tried, and tomorrow I think we'll rectify it. I've got something up my sleeve to sort it out. So yeah, a little bit of interior vlogging tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've had a lovely Sunday. I'll chat to you in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow.